When the IRS sells your property, what can they take and what can they sell?
Well, they can take your wages.
They can take your wages.
They can take your wages. Say this money here represents your wages.
Okay.
They can take your wages. Now, what's interesting about the wages is that a normal creditor is subject to state law, can only garnish so much of your wages. The IRS can take all but $700, for example, generally speaking, all but $700 per month of somebody's wages. So you're literally working for less than minimum wage and literally working for the government.
Then what about your checking account? Is there any protection of what, if you've got checks that you've written to pay bills or you need to make a house payment, how about your checking account?
I've seen some real horror stories there because people are unaware. They're writing checks, paying their mortgage notes, paying their normal bills, and all of a sudden the bank calls them up and says, that money that you thought was in your account isn't there, and we're bouncing these checks. And the reason that they're bouncing the checks and the money isn't there is that the IRS has taken the money out of their checking account, they've seized it and taken it out of the account.
So I don't suppose your savings account is going to offer, you're not going to be able to see that savings account either?
Say this money represents your savings account. They can just go in there and seize the money straight out of your savings account. A normal creditor would have to go to court and get a judgment and then garnish. IRS, once that assessment becomes final and they issue that lien, then they can levy. They don't have to go to court. They just come and take the money. So they just take the money directly out of your account.
Same rules for a CD.
This money here represents your CD. Even if it's not time to withdraw it, it doesn't mature. They just come and take the CD, so you lose that money too. There it goes.
Your pension and retirement?
Oh, yes.
They're taking that too?
Yeah, normal creditor, pension and retirements are exempt from seizure, but the IRS, this money here is your pension and retirement. They can take that money from you.
Your 401k?
401ks and IRAs are very interesting because say this money here represents your 401k. Say this money here represents your IRA money. Well, we already know now that they can take it, right? So they're going to take the money. Now, this is your money, okay? They've taken the money. It goes away, all right? You never pay taxes on that money. When they seized it and took it out of the account, it became taxable to you. And also, if they took it out before you should have withdrawn it, you could be liable for early withdrawal penalties. So now you have taxes and maybe have penalties to pay, and where's the money to pay it?
So this is snowballing. It's just,
It's
so now you owe money on them taking it away from you.
Money you don't have.
Correct.
Phantom money. Money you never saw. It's gone, and you have tax liability.
So there goes that. That's gone too.
Yeah, it's gone too.
And your car, your boat.
They can take your car, take your truck, be walking to work.
So that's pretty
take
remarkable. You can wake up, and you've heard of the IRS waking up and taking people's car and boat, or?
They occasionally do that, yes. I mean, they can take the family farm.
Is your house protected? Where are you going to live? What's going to happen if they take that?
Well, you have to find accommodation someplace else, but they can take you home.
So pretty much everything goes.
Yeah. So you can be left with absolutely very few assets.
So what you mentioned before and what you're showing us is that they are not a normal creditor.
They're not a normal creditor. The Internal Revenue Code has very few exemptions from seizure.
So now you need to figure out how to live on $700 a month.
Which you can't do. So you have to take some protective action.